here to present a Ubicloud Mastodon demo, aka UbiDone, and all the slides and the script is in this repo. So please just go check it out if you like looking at source code, UbiDone. And today I wanted to show you a demonstration of Ubicloud. And Ubicloud is an open source infrastructure cloud. Think like load balancers, virtual machines, databases, and so on. As a shorthand, we refer to ourselves as an open source alternative to AWS. The demonstration script sets up a non-trivial web application, an instance of Mastodon, which has Rails and Node dependencies. The name of the company, Ubi, is a contraction of ubiquitous, as we have obligations to portability and being able to run in diverse environments. Now that you have a sense of our purpose, let me start this script so it can run in the background. Just drag this thing. Uh-oh. I'm not very good with the Mac window manager. Come on, man. Oop. Come on. Let's see. Hold up. I'm trying to get this other window over.
Okay. Keep tracking, yeah. So you might need to escape out of that one, full screen.
I see.
And then track.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, let's start this thing up. So in a few seconds, we will do maybe a dozen CLI commands and set up everything we need for Mastodon. Now it's actually doing mostly Mastodon stuff. Let's toggle back. And let's have a quick look at what is going on in Ubicloud on the web console. This was before we did anything. Now we see 4 virtual machines, a database, some load balancers, some subnets. You see it's churning away, making stuff. If you've used other infrastructure clouds, this might seem familiar. So while that's baking, let's do a little bit of discussion of what's going on. So first of all, what is it? Or rather, a special interest to this crowd is Ubicloud is written in Ruby. It's about 85,000 physical source lines, and about 50% of it is tests. It has a small size, I would say, for what it does, and it has 100% branch coverage in a test suite. And due to a quirk, it actually is not written in Rails. And in fact, I've never written any Rails, and most of the team has never written any Rails, which apparently people find really amusing. So I mentioned this. You might want to tour the code and be like, what do people who've never really been directly influenced by Rails do? And you can just check this thing out. It's not too big, has good tests. Do we get good feature economy? I don't know, but maybe you can check it out and tell me what you think. On Mastodon, which you have to understand at least a little bit for this demonstration, many of you are probably passingly familiar. It's a federated microblogging implementation written using Rails. It looks nice, has a mobile app. Maybe you should try it out some of these days. But few of you are familiar with the major components, which inform how to organize it in any cloud, including Ubicloud. Mastodon has 3 kinds of processes with different interlocking network dependencies. One of the dependencies, valkey, I host on a regular VM, not exposed to the internet, but must make valkey available to Mastodon's other processes. The Postgres dependency is fulfilled using Ubicloud's managed Postgres offering. And of Mastodon's 3 processes, only 2 need to listen to any ports, and both of those to serve a browser. So we need a load balancer, or 2. In the script I ran at the beginning, in a few seconds, organized Mastodon at Ubicloud. I wanted to discuss some of the principles of this organization. And the way we'll understand the organization is via networking constructs. Networking data models in the infrastructure clouds are always different. No one seems to be able to agree on what the right approach is, and Ubicloud is no exception. We have our own way of thinking about this, and I'm going to tell you about it. The most important organizing object in Ubicloud is the subnet and the firewall. Subnets have 0 or more firewalls applied, and those firewalls are applied uniformly to everything in the subnet. So subnets group the same type of thing. There is no per VM firewall. Everything's applied across everything uniformly. See in this table back here is how I apply the SSH access to every single subnet, but I only apply HTTPS to 2 of the processes, and in fact Sidekick only has secure shell because I'm just doing a demo. It just logs into valkey and Postgres to do its job. And Valkey doesn't allow the internet for its application protocol. It only allows these other two subnets. The reason we do it this way is I wanted to couple firewalls and subnets because subnets give you contiguous address space. And if you use other more abstract methods of doing firewalls, like per instance tags, you can explode into a huge number of integer comparisons for every packet. 30 IP addresses, 100 IP addresses. The churn is quite forbidding. By coupling these, we get really good, like performance, and you have good mechanical sympathy with how things actually work under the hood. Finally, all the traffic is encrypted in the private subnet spaces because we're running in diverse hardware environments. Not all of them are run like the Pentagon. So quick demo check. Is it done? Yeah, it's done. So, oh man, the window manager is the worst part of this demo. Okay, let's just log in. Seeing is believing. Oops. Okay. Need to move this over. All right, it's alive and running in Germany. This is a fresh new Mastodon, so let's log in. Copy. And many of you probably never seen the admin side. I know I haven't, so this is what it looks like. So we're going to just quickly add something called a relay because it has to accept me. There it is, administration, relay. And here's a public relay that will start filling data into this fresh instance in a few minutes. There you go. And one thing you see here is TLS is enabled using a valid cert. That requires a little bit of work. Okay, so while that's baking, let's move on. So load balancing is another area where we made some changes. In our example, we have one VM per load balancer. They're DNS-based. And they help with TLS, but with a twist. Rather than terminating it for you, we make it available to your instance. We actually just make it easy for you to terminate by using a metadata endpoint, and there's a special reason for this. We use DNS and NF tables to do this. This provides you a layer 4, so TCP or UDP load balancer. But the main defect of these load balancers is that they are not very flexible. They're composable. You can run a secure shell behind it. You can run HTTP, quick, whatever. But you can't do path routing or anything like that. And we can't do those things. But one thing everyone needs is TLS certs. And said, well, if we're controlling DNS, why don't we solve the DNS 01 challenge with Acme and 0SSL? And so we do that for you. So you can have a nice static script in your setup program. And then it just takes care, you terminate TLS yourself, but we make it real easy. And I think this is one of my favorite designs in Ubicloud because it's zero additional marginal cost. It's good performance. You can compose it with your favorite application load balancer. I just love how this works out cost-wise. Okay, so let's visit the demo site and show some things like how WebSockets works. Okay, so this is all. Ooh, multiple windows. All right, so let's take a look. Did it start doing other servers? It can take a few minutes. Well, let's demonstrate WebSockets. So the best way to do that, if you duplicate a tab and you say first toot, and you post it, it should be instantaneous. Ah, no. Okay. No tricks up my sleeve here. Voila. 2 websites, WebSocket push. Why does this work? Because the load balancer doesn't actually do anything. It just ties your tubes together, so it doesn't really care about the fact that there's WebSockets. So a nice advantage of doing less. Okay, so my time's probably almost up. So endnotes, Ubicloud is written in Ruby. You should check it out. It's open source. It's pretty small. It's good tests. You can run and organize and secure a non-trivial Rails application. And we focus on fair pricing, privacy, portability, security. You can use it on the public cloud. That's where most of our business happens. But for the private cloud, if you want to have us do a private install, we do have some more complex contracts like that. Take advantage of the portability. So just come talk to us. In fact, just come talk to us if you like infrastructure in general. It's a lot of fun. So there's Mastodon and Ubicloud working together.